Happy New Year, guys, and you welcome back to my channel. And yes, guys, our first post for year 2025 is a GELE tutorial. I know my GELE girls are so happy because I have staffed them. Yes, guys, so we are going into this GELE tutorial, and I've seen a lot of comments about people complaining that the GELE tutorials are usually too fast and all that. So this tutorial, I will not be fast forwarding. I'll just be showing you what I am doing accordingly to the speed in which I did it. So right now I have this GELE. It is a short GELE. It is not too long, and for this style that I'm trying to create, you have to actually use a short GELE. And after this, I tied it into a knot at the middle. So you are tying a knot with the GELE at the middle. In my knot, when you tie the knot, there's tendency that one hand will be longer than the other. But what you just need to do is to get a knot that is balanced and can actually stay at the middle where you can use both hands. Yes, guys, now that I have tied the knot, I'll be placing it on my head and I will try to adjust it properly. Guys, I've always mentioned it on this channel that trying to knitting your GELE actually does a lot of wonders to the way your GELE will come out. So the outcome of your GELE depends on how neat you arrange your GELE, usually at the back, at the front, and in different sides. So right now I am trying to arrange my GELE, and this is why I turned my back. So I'm using that hand to cover the other one, just to cover up my hair. Since I don't have any hair under that I would like to showcase, I'll be using my GELE to cover the entirety of my hair, which is what I am doing right now. So once I am sure that my whole hair is covered and nothing is sticking out, I will hold both hands together and I'll be going into a rubber band. Yes, this rubber band, guys, I'll be using it to secure the ends of the GELE at the back. So right now I'll be turning the back of the GELE so you can see what I am doing. There is no speed, nothing attached to the video, so this is just how long it took me. So right now I'll still be using the rubber band to secure the ends of the GELE. You don't want it too tight, you don't want it too loose. You have to keep this in mind. You don't want it too tight, you don't want it too loose. And the reason why you don't want it too tight is because this excess hand, you are going to tuck it into the GELE. You are going to tuck it into where you already arranged. So you can see I'll be taking the short hands first and I'll be trying to tuck it inside. They might not go at once, but you have to do it gently till you are able to tuck in this excess inside the under part of the GELE you made. So guys, this is why you don't need a too long GELE to create this style, because if you have a long hand, pushing the excess into the back of the GELE would actually be very, very uncomfortable, and it might not even give you the style you want. That whole back might look too swollen and everything might not just give the type of beauty you want your GELE to give. So, and even the GELE I used here seems to be too long because, as you can see, it looks swollen at the back. You don't want that. So next time, guys, probably when you want to recreate your style, kindly use a shorter GELE. You know those GELEs that they can't go around the head twice? Yes, that type of GELE is what you can use to achieve this style, and it will look very nice. So now that I am sure that the excess has been covered up, I have inserted it into the rest of the GELE. I will also try to use my hands to knitting up the sides of the GELE. You want to make sure the sides are neat. You want to make sure everything is properly arranged. Just like I told you, your neatness, your arrangement actually goes a long way to the GELE. Right now, I'll be going into the knots I created. And what you just essentially need to do here is just to pull out the excess. So all the GELE that has been knotted together at the top of your head, you just want to pull it out to just create that illusion of ruffles. Yes, it might not be full ruffles, but you just give that full edge. Yes, and that is what I am trying to do here. I'm trying to pull it out to just make sure that the whole of the GELE is coming out on that knot. Yes, so it will not just be looking like a knot, it will be looking like a bow, not essentially a bow, but it will just be looking like ruffles on top of the head, which is what I am trying to do right now. So guys, you want to make sure you pull out the excess, make sure you pull out everything. Yes, so when you pull out everything, and you feel like the sides of the ruffles looks like, oh, it is too out there, you can use a pin to secure it to the gele. But for this, I feel like it still looks normal. So what I just did was to just tuck it in to the ears. I tucked it inside the gele, so it is not just coming out and protruding or making the gele look weird. Yes, and once I am done with this, I'll be pushing the gele to the back. And guys, this is our style 1. It is quite easy, but what I also need to pass across is the fact that you need a very short gele. I have stated this and I'm just re-emphasizing. You need a very short gele to achieve this style, so that the back can be neat. It does not look swollen like this one. I'm sure when you use something that is smaller than this gele, it will look better off than what it is looking right now, but you can get the style that we've created. So that is that for style 1, guys. And now we'll be jumping right into style 2, and this style is practically very easy. Like, I enjoyed myself while doing it. So you are going to take your gele and divide it into 2 halves. So the first side, the edge of the gele, you are going to create ruffles, yes, or gathers. I think gathers is the right word. So just use your hands to create gathers. So one of the gathers is longer than the other parts. If you can see, one looks longer than the other part, yes. And once you have done this, you are going to go into your rubber band to secure them together. So right now I'm trying to secure them together, and you have to make sure they are tight so that they don't come of equal length later on while you are tying the gele. And once you have done this and you have secured them firmly, you'll be putting it on top of your head. Yes, so guys, this is what we have here. We have the gathers together. It has been secured by the rubber band, and I told you it is the tip of the gele we are using. So the gele is practically folded into 2, and you are like, it is folded into 2, and you are putting these gathers on top of your head, and you can see the other part of the gele. It feels like, oh, the joining is still there, the joining of the gele is still there. So you are using the edges of the gele to create the gathers. So now that you have done that and it is on top of your head, you want to knit in the sides of the gele. And just like I said, you have to carefully do this. Make sure the sides of the gele look neat. Make sure they look okay. You don't want them to look rough. We would have created a pleat with this style, but creating a pleat with this style would not make us cover the back of the hair properly, and that is why we can't create pleats with this style. So now that I am sure that my hair has been covered properly at the back, you see the way I'm trying to make sure everything is covered. You can just use one hand to cover the other parts and you are good. I'll be taking the down of this gele and I'll be twisting it. Yes, I'll first make sure it is as tight as possible. It is covering both ears. Then I'll twist it once. Yes, guys, can you see? I twisted it. You can rewind to check that out again. I twisted it once, and when I was sure that it was very tight, now I'm coming back. I'll be taking what is left. I'm trying to knit in the sides of the gele. I'll be taking what is left and I'll start twisting it. Guys, I want to put it on top of the rest of the gele, but before I put it on top of the rest of the gele, I want to make sure that I am twisting those excess, because that excess, that twist is going to be on top of the gele, just like what I am trying to achieve now. And this is basically what will be holding that gele down. So you have to really place emphasis on this when you are doing your own style. Make sure you twist it properly. Make sure you twist it as tight as possible. The more you twist, the tighter the gele becomes. So you have to know how to twist those excess very well. So I am twisting it and making sure that it is staying on top of my ears, because that is what is holding that gele down at the side of my ear. Yes, so I kept on twisting till I felt the tightness I needed to feel with that gele. Yes, guys, once this is done, we will now be going into the gathers that we created, and for this you can freestyle. I first took the small one and I used a pin to create a kind of flower rose. Yes, I'll be using that to secure it together. And yes, once this is done, I'll leave the other one, the longer part of the gathers, just make sure I knitting it and it looks good on it. And also I'm also trying to twist more so that gele does not fall off. Yes, so the twist is what holds that gele together, just like I stated earlier. Right now, I'm just trying to just make sure everything is neat and looks good. And guys, this is our style too. I hope you like it. It's actually very easy. By the time you recreate it, you will see. And I think the reason why it looks this way is because of the pattern of the gele. A plain gele would make the beauty of this style really come out. So guys, you can use a gele that is just one color for this style, and I'm sure it will come out nicer than this. Yes, but this is also still nice. It still gives that illusion of a very nice flower gele. This is the back. Because of the twist, that's why it looks swollen a bit at the back, but if you twist well, I'm sure it will come down and it will not be as big as that. So right now I'm also freestyling with the gathers again, and I'm just trying to bring it together to create two roses at the top of my head, which is what I am doing right now. And guys, it still looks good. Anyhow you want to restyle it, this gele still bangs any which way, because the gathers we have made it possible for you to just recreate any flower style you want to do. And guys, this is our style 3 with that same style. It still looks the same, but it is more arranged now. It's giving 2 flower roses. Yes, so guys, this is it for our style 3. And yes, you can see I feel excited about the fact that yes, this looks good. You can decide to push the gele a little bit to the back, yes, so that it can just give that nice sophisticated look. I'm currently shifting to the back so you can see the beauty of this gele. So this is it for our style 3, guys. I hope you love it. I hope you like it. Also, to just really, like I said, freestyle with the gathers on the gele. I'm also pinning everything together, so it just looks like our popular style on this channel, the roll style. Yes, so instead of doing the normal style would have done of rolling, just pinning it together, and we still have that style recreated. So I am super excited about this style. I love the way it came out. And guys, this is it for this gele tutorial. I hope my gele girls, my gele ladies, my gele women are excited and happy about this. And if you want to see more gele tutorials, drop your comments, or we might not even do any gele tutorial again this year. But trust me, I'll always be there for you guys. Yes guys, so we have come to the end of this look, and I hope you really love it. Don't forget to share, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.